Hello, everyone. Or one. um, Let me see. Yeah, so one way I tried to do it was using a third-party system, and it wasn't working out, so I have to figure something else out. Because if I try to use it in Windows, it covers the game, like you said, so it's definitely annoying. So, okay, the screen's all good. For some reason, this game gives me trouble with the streaming. So, I have to adjust it and make sure everything's perfect, but it looks like it is, so that's good. Alright. Okay. 1 second. Need to get the thumbnail. People will think I'm playing Helldivers even though it says I'm playing Halo. My OBS is kind of glitched to where it doesn't let me choose the thumbnail, so I have to do it through YouTube on my phone. That's it. That's if it'll let me. There we go. And there we go. Got it. Hopefully it will change. Yes, it does indeed suck. A lot. And because I haven't figured out the chat situation, I also have to read chat from my phone. Which, by the end of the day, always my battery's almost dead, so it's always like a gamble of how long I can read chat. But I think I got like an hour of battery left, so that's good. I'll actually, if you'll bear with me 1 minute, I'm gonna hook up a charger near me and see if I can just fix that real quick. Okay, finally got it all working. Now I can open the game and finally do what I want. Alright. I don't know why there's computer noises in the background. What the heck? You know what? Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to scavenge for a charger. Alright. Nice, the thumbnail's working. Perfect. That's what I want to see. Alrighty. Ooh. So I've played this game before, but sure, why not? So this is not the first-person Halo. I'm playing in timeline order. This is the first game timeline-wise. This actually came out in 2010, not 2001.
See if you can move the camera to the 3 flares that the blue objective arrow points to.
Ooh, okay.
Great. Now let's learn how to select your units. You will use what you learned about controlling the camera to center the crosshair in the middle of the screen over what you want to select.
Alright.
Perfect. Now you have a unit selected, and you can see the unit type at the bottom of the screen.
No. This is... Let's see. Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, I think this is like... This is a prequel game, so it's kind of like, think like the prequels with Star Wars. But this came out in like... This is like the 7th game with a Halo title on it. 7th Halo game. So, regular Halo is first-person shooter. Sci-fi, everything like that. This is an RTS game that... So, like, Halo 1 takes place near, like, the end, like, of the main story war kind of thing. This game takes place near the beginning of the war. So, once I'm done with the tutorial thing, it'll make more sense, hopefully. No, it's fine. You don't know. That's completely fine. I love explaining this to new people. Like, Halo is my passion. So, I have all the games. I have... Sadly, I don't have many of the books, but I do have... Don't know what I'm doing. I should be following the arrow. But I do have one that was made by the main writer of the first 3 games, and it's one of the best books I've ever read. It explains the very beginning of the whole... Yeah, basically. This game basically covers the beginning of the universe. Well, not... As a geek, saying that hurts, because the beginning of the universe is like 5,000 years beforehand, with a bunch of other crap going on, but... This, This game is like the first in like timeline-wise of the games. So, in a way, yes, you're right.
Local units.
Why does that warthog have flames on it? It shouldn't be like that. FYI, that's a warthog. Those are Marines. So let me change that in settings. That's gonna bug me. It's not gonna be authentic. I don't mind like multiplayer stuff in campaign, but if I'm going through like a marathon like I'm starting right now, it needs to be authentic Halo. I'm weird like that. Did I save it? Yes, I did. Alright. Oh, dang it. This is gonna bug me. My OCD's kicking in. Yeah, I turned it off. Yeah, maybe it's stuck like that until it resets or whatever.
Yes, sir. We're going. Excellent. We need to get through that Covenant shield. Let's order our army to attack the power source. Just like you did when you moved your units. Select your units and move the crosshair over what you want to attack. Then press X.
Yep.
Local units.
We're going.
Kill it. Yes.
The shield is down. Follow the blue objective arrow and practice attacking some other targets.
I like Modern Warfare,
That some enemy
and
targets in Halo Wars can
like the
break
original Modern Warfare and Black Ops. Like, I know the stories, but
on the way.
it bugs me sometimes that it's not a continuous game like Halo is, because there's like multiple things to keep track of. Alright, so the bad guys of Halo are known as the Covenant. They're a group of alien races that are very religious and worship these older aliens who weren't gods but they think are gods. And so they're the bad guys because they think humanity researching their god's technology is heretical and evil and all that stuff.
Local units.
So, when in reality, the gods they worship, who thousands upon thousands of years ago actually chose humanity as their successors, and this whole shtick. So, but that's the basic of it, is alien don't like human, human don't like alien, both sides shoot at each other. No, they're not xenomorphs. No, they are not xenomorphs. And that movie was that movie was not. It was cool what it tried to do, but it was weird. It wasn't alien. You got me doing tangents.
Controls tutorial for Halo.
Doing tangents now. Gonna be next thing you know, you're gonna be telling me that modern COD is great. Like, no, please don't do that. I will. Yes, just listen and don't question. From going forward, everything I say is canon and law. No, it isn't. I probably will get stuff wrong, but just...
Captain's report, February 4th.
It's funny that I'm like your source.
5 long years.
Alright, I'm gonna shut up for the cutscene. That I will explain after the cutscene.
first it was going well. Then setback after setback. Loss after loss. Made what was going to be a quick and decisive win into 5 years of hell. Of course, that's all Harvest is today. It's hell down there. But now it's ours again.
The piano. Always gets to me. So right there it tells you how long this is before the first Halo game. This takes place 20 years before Halo 1. Man.
Serena, status.
Standard orbit achieved. All systems normal.
Prep for pod launches, bring weapon systems online.
Expecting trouble?
Harvest
Yes,
will be
your
ours again,
beginning
but I don't
to
think the company
Halo
will
is
appreciate
we're
it.
losing badly. Get used to it. That's
Sergeant
your
Ford, report.
beginning.
Definitely plenty of bad guys down here, Captain. And they found something in the ice.
Damn it. That complicates our mission. Anders, what have you got?
Captain, scans of the northern polar regions show some interesting Covenant activity on the surface. There's some kind of structure down there.
What do you think they're looking for?
That's what we're here to find out. We're to bring Alpha Base up
Thank you to the
operational
heart for the
status and
hearts,
take control of
whoever
that site.
did that.
I'll get my equipment ready, Captain.
I don't know why that's a feature, because it actually blocks the chat, but
Sergeant Forge, pull back to Alpha Base. I'm
I
sending
keep
you some
forgetting to
backup.
shut up.
Forge out.
So, nothing too difficult then?
It might be the key to this whole war, Serena. It's worth the risk.
Captain, Alpha is toast. Nothing for
Oh
me to
yes,
pull
I
back to.
forgot
We
about
got your own
those
backup for now.
very horrifying facial animations.
Serena, what's our status?
But they have a charm to them.
Sir, we've got a lot of troops retreating from Alpha Base. If Sergeant Forge can regroup them, our numbers may be sufficient
Well-
to retake the base.
Sometimes it
Roger
does.
that. We'll round up any and all survivors and get Alpha back.
Okay. So, gosh, yeah. Some of the games later down the line are going to explain this, but a part of me wants to explain the beginning of the war, just so you have a baseline. But at the same time, I'm just like, I don't know. All right, here we go.
Local units.
Rolling.
I'll explain what I can.
On the move.
I'll keep myself in check.
Here.
So, this planet's called Harvest, obviously. It is an agricultural world. It's a farm world,
We were the first out, sir.
which is named Harvest. Is very original, I know, very original. But
Alpha back.
so the Covenant have these devices called luminaries that allow them to find out,
Rolling out.
search for, look for Forerunner technology. The Forerunners are the aliens they worship.
I'm going.
Because the Forerunners chose humanity as their successors, the Luminary thought that Harvest had a ton of technology on it. It turns out, what they thought was technology were humans. And so, in the beginning, humanity tried to be peaceful. And I was like, hey, you're intelligent life, we're intelligent life, let's be bros. Well, of course, they made first contact with the most aggressive group of aliens in the Covenant, which are known as brutes, for their basically think of humanoid, intelligent, well, intelligence, a word, but I don't know if it's what I would use for brutes, but sentient gorillas.
Local units.
And the brutes saw them as nothing more than food. So naturally, things didn't go well. A lot of people died. Just stuff like that. Eventually, the humans are able to push the brutes back and off the planet. Well, the brutes report back to the elites, another alien in the Covenant. So the Covenant have a hierarchical structure of, like, each alien race has a caste that they fall in. The elites are like second top tier. They're in charge of the military and everything. And so the brutes report to the elites. And the elites are like, okay, so these guys are stopping us from harvesting our god's technology. We don't like that. So they send more Covenant ships, which naturally are way more advanced than what we got.
Units.
So a good way to describe it is one Covenant ship, just one Covenant battle cruiser,
Local units.
can take on 10 of our ships and come out on top.
Well, look at that. They're trying to keep us
It's
out of
that
our own
big of a
base.
technological difference. And so they send a bunch of those to, like, they send like 30 of those ships to Harvest. And Harvest, after, is like out on the frontier of human space. Once humanity was able to
Local units.
I forgot how to do this. One second. Once humanity figured out how to go to space flight, they went everywhere. We have like yeah, they are way more advanced. That's basically what I'm trying to say. But with more words and more effort, you summed it up pretty nicely. Eventually, the Covenant take Harvest, and it takes the largest human fleet ever assembled, which I think is like 200 ships, to beat 30 Covenant ships. And the only reason they beat the 30 Covenant ships is because half of them left beforehand. So it's actually like 15. And like 200 human ships are destroyed, and those 215 and those 15 alien ships are I think like 8 of them were destroyed and the rest were like crippled. Yeah. Math is mathin' in my head right now. I do apologize. This is how I talk. So 200 ships versus 15 ships. Bunch of human ships get destroyed.
Situation
So they
normal.
got stronger.
Alpha base is ours again.
I'm trying to go over what I just said to try to determine what you're talking about, and I just lost track. This is why I don't. This is why I overthink things, and it's kind of annoying. Basically, a lot happened, and we almost lost the planet. But eventually we do take it back, and now instead of each side controlling it, it's a stalemate. And that's where we are in the story right now.
Let's just take one last look.
I might have said multiplied. Sometimes my brain replaces words with other words and it's annoying. I meant like subtracted.
Hierarchs grow impatient. We can delay no longer.
So like your little math equation that you did is perfect. Okay, so those guys with the hunched backs and armor, those are elites. Those little guys that are opening the door are called grunts. That guy is an arbiter. In elite culture, they are normally, throughout elite history, in high regard. And then they join the Covenant, and the prophets, the religious caste, saw the arbiter as a symbol of
What made you choose my
elite
observation
independence
deck as your lab,
against
Professor?
their power. They
I like
didn't
the
like
view.
that.
It adds perspective to my
So
work.
they
Forge doesn't
found a
think it's
way
safe
to
for you go
disgrace
down
the
there yet.
title of
He's quite
arbiter,
insistent.
and
I
now
can be quite insistent
every
too,
arbiter
Captain.
in the
I
Covenant,
can take care of myself.
there's only like one at a time.
Any
But
idea what it is
every
we've
time an
got
elite
down
becomes
there?
an arbiter, it's
It's all
normally like a
theories right now,
high-ranking
and I'll know a lot more
elite,
once I get
an
down.
admiral, a
I'm approving the mission.
general, or
The
something like
slightest
that,
sign of danger and I'm
that
putting you
get
out. Is that understood?
Understood.
lose a major battle or something.
Hierarch, the humans are closing and will soon be upon us.
No matter.
And then they... I just realized I could pause this. Dang, I ruined the cutscene. Alright. Yes, she's pretty, but the attitude is just a no for me. Just threw a wrench in my train of thought, and you know what? I'm just not gonna continue because I'm gonna overthink it and start all over, and no, I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna so I'm gonna shut up now, and I'm gonna just let you watch this cutscene. And if you have questions, put them in chat. I will pause the game and answer them. But that was quite the question. That threw me completely off.
The information you have gathered here is most appetizing. However, we must protect what we have learned here. Set the charges and destroy this place.
Destroy this holy relic, surely you jest.
The journey requires sacrifice. Set the charges. Return to us. Our patience is not infinite.
It will be done.
You didn't make it awkward. I thought it was funny. But just it happened, and we're gonna leave it at that.
Serena, we need to re-establish Alpha Base before
I
we can
appreciate
proceed
that.
with the mission.
Captain, the base
This is the
house
first time I ever had a
and the
conversation
lockdown
in
measures
chat,
in effect.
so or with
If
chat.
rebuilt,
And
the
it's only with
lockdown
one
will end
person,
and
so I don't know if it
will
counts,
resume.
but still, it's an experience, to be
Projection
sure.
for new base location ready.
Okay. Let's build the base.
Local units.
So, the gameplay is fun to play, but it's boring to watch. So I do apologize about that.
Station
The base is up and running again. We need supply pads built so I can send down materials.
Cool. Alright. So, what I do is I always do supply pads. A lot of supply pads. I like supplies.
Local units.
The command center is online, but it can't house Marines. We'll need a barracks to call in the troops.
Guess I'll have to build it there for now. I have a way of like the perfect base design, but these opening missions don't let me do it, so it's kind of annoying.
Barracks complete.
We need to establish a larger military presence on the ground.
Okay. Train 5 Marines. Got it.
Marines reporting for duty.
So, just like pretty much any sci-fi universe, Marines are the main infantry. There is normal army, but it is mainly a planet defense force and not an offensive force.
Keep constructing buildings and upgrading them where you can. The lockdown is lifted and the front gate is opening.
Alright, so for the first like 20 minutes, I'm just going to be building my base.
Found the structure.
Local units.
Because it will help with the mission later on. You. I don't like you. Alright.
Supply pad.
Built that. Built some warthogs.
Supply pad complete.
So,
Fortress upgrade complete.
think of warthogs as just a really cool Jeep.
Supply pad complete.
3D action. Oh, like you expect me to fight? Yeah, of course. I plan on fighting. Gotta kill the aliens, of course. But it's hard to kill aliens while I don't have a army.
Barracks complete.
I just realized I need to destroy this. Because I need tanks. Dang, I don't have the energy for that. Alright.
Reactor complete.
Alright, I need to let my... Okay. So, I think I started the games in the wrong order.
Supply pad upgraded.
I think I should have just done it in order of release, because it's easier to digest that way for new people. But, screw it. I'm just gonna keep doing this. Let's upgrade those. Get those warthogs pumping.
Local units.
I'm gonna move the rally point to here.
Local units.
That way everyone goes here, and I can charge the enemy. Oh yeah. One thing I like about Halo is the gore's pretty tame. In this, there's not a lot because it's an RTS game, but It's mostly just blood. There's no like dismemberment or anything like that. Although in the lore, alien weapons are able to chew through human armor like it's nothing. And the most basic pistol in the Covenant's able to blow a massive hole through your abdomen like it's absolutely nothing. Even though in the games it's like you get shot from it, you're like, come here, you little piece of crap. Like, and you just beat the crap out of the little guy who's holding it. But alright, let my thing. You know, just for fun, I might actually change it to Halo 1. Because it's a lot easier to digest and it's honestly more fun. Because since you're new to Halo, I think that's like the best way to do this. Because I plan on making this for new players. So I think I might have to do that. Once we get to when this game releases, I will. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I do apologize, but I'm gonna do that. Like you said, it's my stream. I can do whatever the heck I want. Let me get Master Chief Collection running. It also makes the yeah, I'm not really into those games either. I just like the game because of the lore that it has and that it's Halo. Again, I'm all things Halo, but yeah, that's pretty much how it is. Alright, I'm going to switch the game capture to yeah, those are fun. Recently a fan made a Halo game like that. Like if you've watched the game Brotato, it's like that, but with Halo. And the official Halo producers and Microsoft greenlit it. So that's pretty cool. Most of the time, things like that, producers, and whoop, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Got to be gonna be flashed with my thing real quick. That sounded so wrong. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. No, don't clip it. Don't clip it. All right. So okay. Everything looks good on my end. I think everything is good on your end. Gonna adjust the screen a little bit. Okay, good. Alright, there we go. So, welcome to the Master Chief Collection. The go-to collection for all things Halo. Unless it's Halo 5, Halo Infinite, or any of the Halo Wars games. Because they, for some reason, haven't added them. So, campaigns. Halo Reach is another prequel. It's another prequel to Halo 1 directly. While Halo Wars is a prequel to just the Halo universe as a whole, Halo Reach is a direct prequel to Halo 1 and explains Halo 1's beginning a little bit better. But Halo 1 is easier to digest for new people, and it has a really cool plot twist that'll catch a ton of people off guard. And I love watching people's reaction to it. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna do it. I gotta make sure I have the original graphics on, because this is the remastered, which they did a terrible job remastering it, but whatever. To each their own. Music, classic. Visual effects, classic. Perfect. Alright. So, since I am just playing for the story, to explain the story, I will be doing it on easy. If I did it on legendary, I'd be here all night on just the first mission, and I don't want to do that. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to do easy, and I'm going to take it nice and slow. I'm not going to run through it like I can normally on easy. No skulls, except... Okay, so since you're new to Halo, skulls are basically fun little modifiers that you can add to the game. For example, there's one that you can do infinite ammo, bigger explosions, grunts explode when they die, etc., etc. Just cheats, basically. One that makes you fly. Then there's the difficult ones like Black Eye, which your shields only recharge when you melee enemies, or alien weapons. How do they work? Players cannot pick up or use opposing factions' weapons, which in Halo 1 is a death sentence. You need that, because let's just say human weapons get few and far between. Oh, the music is picking up. Da-da-da-da. Yes, yeah, whatever. Alright, here we go. Bing. I love that beep. Starting off with Halo 3, that beep was iconic. I was born in 2007, so I missed the glory days of Halo, as it's called, but my first game was Halo 3. Still by far my favorite. But alright. Why is the screen black? This isn't good. Why is my screen black? That's not good. My mouse is there. Did my game crash? Please tell me my game didn't crash. I think my game crashed. I'm gonna have to restart it. Sorry about that. Dang, that's annoying. Alright. Come on. Close window. It's not letting me close the window. Why the heck is it not letting me close the window? Does it let me switch windows? It does. So then why the heck isn't it letting me close window? That's annoying. Extremely. Well, this sucks. Instead of the blue screen of death, I have the black screen of death with Halo music playing in the background. There's the only way I know of to fix this, and it's to restart the whole PC and the stream. I don't want to do that. Okay. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. So, if you all bear with me, I will restart the stream in about 5 minutes or so. And it'll be a new stream. It'll be Halo 1. It won't be Halo Wars. I do apologize. I'll be back in about 5 minutes.